Yo, yo, let's check in real quick. It's been a few weeks since I dropped a video, but the holidays coming up. It's been a busy couple weeks, but I will say Christmas shopping is all done. Went a lot of gift cards this year. It's easy, it's quick. But I have four nieces, so they're all different ages and they're hard to shop for. So gift cards are good. Keep the peace. One niece isn't gonna feel like her gift isn't as cool as the other ones, so it's fair, it's easy, it's even. Parents, sister, brother-in-law, it's a lot of people shop for, but now that that's over with, I think this is a good time to set some goals for 2026. I like having some short-term goals to be able to look forward to, look back on, stay focused, stay locked in. We'll do a quick sneak peek here, though. Portfolio just under 115,500. We started this month at 114,800, so a slight gain. I think most of that was, I think, just dividend. I had a dividend from SCHD, which was 429 something. So yeah, I think honestly, just between my deposits and that dividend, that's probably what all the difference is. I don't even know if the market is up or down so far in December. It doesn't really matter. Wow, my God! Now I just got to know. I can't let it be. Let's just real quick. Let's see what the S&P right here. Okay, 625.04 on December 1st at 11. Today, December 21st. Sunday after 628.50, so 625 to 628, slightly green, pretty much flat, but all right, I guess slightly green. We'll see, obviously, how it plays out, but yeah, hopefully the Santa rally comes through. We can finish these next 10 days on a good note, but at the moment, we've breached 115,000, which is cool. Definitely, now I'm going to work towards the 120. 125 will be a cool milestone. That's that's halfway to $250,000. 125. So yeah, that's probably the next big dollar value that I think will be cool to hit. I remember when I'm going from 0 to 100,000. I would say the $10,000 mark, that was a cool one to hit. That was really one of my favorites because you kind of go from like the 6, 7. Now all of a sudden it's like you add that extra zero and it's like 10,000. That was a cool one to hit. 25, cool. 50's cool. Then obviously the 100,000's cool. And then so after that, I think 125 is kind of the next one I'm excited to see. But let's bring it over here to the goals I am setting for myself. So first, 150K in Robinhood. I don't really love setting portfolio value goals. Obviously, this is just so dependent on what the market does. If the market's up, if the market's down, whether or not this is going to be realistic or not. But it'll be fun to look back and see how close we can get to this or where we end up. But so I'm putting 150K. I would love to hit 150K in Robinhood by the end of the year. And I do want to say with that, I did start contributing to a Roth IRA on Robinhood. Now, as you know, with a gold, or maybe you don't know, but if you're a gold member, you will get that 3% match, which I think since I have gold, that's a good perk, and I'd rather just take advantage of it. So I only have $400 in here, but I'll add to this and grow this. Now I do also have a 401k through work. I don't really I'm not gonna count that in any of these videos, but I will count this Roth IRA just because it's here with Robinhood, and I'm doing very simple 50-50 split, SCHG, SCHD. And 50-50, I just mean like value-wise, not share-wise. It's not like I'm going to do 7 shares. So 6.15 shares of SCHG is around the same value as 7.24 SCHD. And then, whichever one is lower is like the one that I'll contribute to more next time I deposit in here. So just kind of just takes the thinking away. It's just 50-50. Whichever one's lower, you go in. And it's sort of a way to just kind of buy the dips more so. Like if SCHD dropped, I'm putting the money there. If SCHG drops, obviously the future deposits are going to go there until it's back even. So the 150K in Robinhood is going to be between the Roth IRA and the brokerage. So 115.5, 400. So we're roughly around 116,000 adding those. So that would be a $34,000 increase. And like I said, it really is just going to depend on what the market does to see if that one will be realistic or not. And yeah, going forward in my portfolio updates, I'm gonna start including the Roth IRA in there, just as it'll keep me motivated to contribute to it. So that'll be a change going forward. But 150K in Robinhood. This one, options premiums. I'm going to do 1% of the portfolio. So that's going to be wherever we're starting the year at. Like let's say we're at 115,000, then I'm going to do 1% of that would be 1,150. And then I want that to be in options premiums I collected from selling options. Now, 1% might seem low, and it is, but I don't want to set a goal that's like higher than that, because it's going to have me chasing premiums and increasing my chance of getting assigned. And if you ever watch my videos on options, I just prefer having slightly less premiums but a small chance of getting assigned. And I hate keep saying this because I feel like I'm just almost going to speak it into existence, but I haven't been assigned a contract yet, and I would love to keep it that way for 2026. But if it does happen, it will happen eventually. So maybe this is the year it happens. But so that's why we're going to keep it small, 1%. And then once I know exactly where I end the year at, that's when I'll add the number here, and then we can do, man, totally messing this up. Okay. So like let's say we end the year here, then it would be, and I did it again. Wow. My brain just does not like the way that looks, I guess. Oh man, I'm like totally messing this up. All right, so it would look like this, let's say. So then like every time I sell a contract, I'll be like, let's say I got whatever I got, then it'll go here and subtract it from here. But so that's goal number 2, just 1%. And even though 1% is not a ton, over time, 1% compounds and it makes a difference. And also, this is just kind of like my fun. I don't invest in single stocks, so this is sort of like my way of having a little bit of extra fun while investing, and hopefully it's profitable. It's been profitable so far. But goal number 3, $4,000 in projected annual dividend income. So if you don't know what PADI is, this means what you're projected to receive in dividends moving forward. So like right now I currently am receiving about $2,757 in dividends every year. So I'd like to bump that up to $4,000, which is a pretty big increase, but here's why it's here's why I think it makes sense, because for the final goal, I'm doing shares. So I kind of like doing shares a little bit more than account value, but for shares, I want 1600 SCHD, and I put where I'm at now. So I'm very close to this. This is basically, I'm actually not going to contribute to this until I hit this. So this I'm going to hit early on in the year. So basically I just kind of get this one out of the way, and then it's going to really focus here. So 10 shares of VGT. I've been saying I need to add to VGT. 2026 is the year. Add into VGT. I know 10 shares doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm at 0.43, and it's in the 700s right now. I think all-time high VGT hit like 800 a share. So 10 shares, if it's 800 a share, that's 8,000. So it might not seem like a lot of shares, but when you just think about the share price, 10 shares, it's not as easy as it might seem just by looking at this. And then triple QI, I'm at 50, bump that up to 200. And then that's obviously, since this is such a high dividend payer, that's going to, help with this projected annual dividend income goal. So these are the 4 goals that I have for 2026. Something to work for, something to stay focused with. So we'll see how it plays out, but I think these are solid goals. Looking forward to the new year, and I think setting goals is important. So if you guys, I want to hear some goals for you. Like, I want to be able to kind of root on some other people's goals. So yeah, if you have your goals locked in for this next year, drop them in the comments. I want to hear what some of your guys' goals, and maybe it'll even give me an idea. I'll be like, you know what, I like that. I want to incorporate something like that as well. So share your goals, and let's really roll into this new year with some positive momentum. Let's go.